purposes only. You'd be an idiot to listen to anything these degenerates say. Invest at your own risk, do research, but seriously don't listen to these ass clowns. Now enjoy Cash Daddies.
Right, man, come on, we're in it. Johnny, are you sad right now? I've never seen you so sad before.
I can't believe you still haven't learned how to do the intro. You gotta let me do this.
No, I will not.
I mean, I have the login now. I should just do it.
Okay,
me and Howie both agree.
I'm totally fine with you doing it. Log into my thing and do it.
It's because you gotta load the intro into the system, and then you don't have to click. Because what happens is when you say welcome, the camera's just on you, and it looks silly. It looks silly. I'm upset. As a producer, there's a standard of professionalism that I have come to expect on Cash Daddies, and we just aren't achieving that standard.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I know people expect a lot from this show. Johnny, you look like you're still sad that Charlotte didn't get the pick.
That was rough. Think about it now. They've been the worst team in NBA history over their course of existence. They haven't had the number one overall pick since Larry Johnson. That was 34 years ago. They were second in the draft with Shaq. They were second in the draft with AD. They missed Chris Paul by a pick, even though they should have picked higher. They were second in the draft with Wembanyama. And they took what? Did they just miss Duncan or no? It was Shaq. Or it was Lonzo Mornings here? Yeah, and then
Lonzo's still good. Though.
We traded SGA. We traded Kobe Bryant. I mean, it's the most disaster, and I could go on. There are more that I'm not even thinking of right now.
That team is cursed.
It's cursed. Yeah,
you're like my Jets.
Yeah, but at least the Jets had some success at some point.
And now we're fourth in another three-player draft.
No, I disagree with that. I think there's some good guys, and the guy I like, dude, is that center out of Maryland. I think that kid's gonna be like a Jokic and that Turkish guy from Houston. Anyways, it's such a dude. Adam Silver. We're gonna get into the. We're gonna get into the.
This is business. This is business. This is a business.
Adam Silver is the worst. The
business
worst.
The CEO
commissioner in the history of sports.
He's no O'Brien.
He is garbage.
He's no Stern. I'd take Stern over him.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Stern wasn't bad.
No, I don't. At least Stern, you knew where he stood.
David Stern was a good.
Someone just asked, "Is this Cash Daddies or Sports Nannies?"
Sports Nannies would actually be a pretty good name for a sports pod.
But it's just like you destroy your credibility, dude. You just destroy your credibility by sending that kid to Dallas. You just destroyed any credibility this league has.
As soon as I saw that in my head, I went, "This can't be real." Number one, and then number two, I'm like, Johnny's going to be texting in about 3 seconds.
Unbelievable,
dude. And Sam, you recall? We already talked about this. I know you do. When that trade went down, we were like, okay. It feels like this is fixed, but we will know for sure if the Mavs get the first pick in the draft.
Saying that forever. Said that back when they traded the first pick for when the Lakers traded their pick for Anthony Davis and Zion was on the table. I'm like, oh, they're gonna give New Orleans Zion.
Well, and you had LeBron too. It doesn't. I mean, it looks even worse because you had LeBron 2 days ago.
Hey, baby, the Knicks are up 3-1 on Boston.
Yeah, they look good. They're in a good spot. But you
had sports nanny talk for you.
It looks even worse because you had 3 days ago LeBron, the star, the most famous shining face in the league, come out and say that he thought his lottery was fixed because he's like, hey, they put the hometown boy going to Cleveland.
Yeah, 100%.
I know the assignment. I think is what he said.
Ewing was the beginning of it, guys. Real quick, there's somebody very special in the comment section, so I'd like to sing Jamie saw happy birthday real quick. Happy birthday to
you.
Happy birthday to
To
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday, dear
birthday,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Happy birthday to you.
Also,
That
the
was the best.
Hornets took Okafor 2 in the Dwight Howard draft, and they should have
Oh,
picked
yeah.
first. That was another one. They missed
Which is
Dwight Howard,
absolutely ridiculous.
Shaq, Wembanyama, 3 of the best centers of all time. They picked.
Now
second.
here's a crazy scenario, and then we're gonna get into some hot stock talk. Second pick goes to Spurs, right? Right, and it's so dude, it's very
Sweethearts.
weird how the NBA loves the Spurs, dude. They just love the Spurs. They're always
It's
sending shit
always
their way.
these teams that are just taking a little vacation from being great and being loved by the league that get the picks. Not the poor. I mean, think about the 2 teams that fell out of the top 4. The draft lottery doesn't work. It's meant to help teams that suck reload, and it doesn't work. They just don't end up getting the picks.
Well, how about this? You got Dallas getting the number 1. Could they send that pick to Milwaukee for Giannis?
That's what people keep. Well, people keep saying that the Spurs might do that.
Probably.
He's just
And
a
then
nice
the
fit.
Spurs, they could send Castle and the number 2 pick. Damn,
what
that's
people
a
keep
team
saying.
right there, dude.
Yeah.
People keep thinking that the Hornets are stupid enough to trade up too, which I hope we don't.
No, you got to keep him.
Yeah.
All right, guys, enough hot sports talk on sports nannies. Okay,
Sports grannies.
sports
like
grannies. So what's going on, guys? How's your week?
Dude, the week started. We've been on a roll since January. And last week, I sent a couple in. We banked on Tesla puts, banked on SPY puts. Sold those last week. Turned around Friday, going to the weekend. I bought some QQQ puts. And I bought them on Friday, and I think they're worth about 3 pennies today.
Ooh. Sam don't give a shit what you got to say, Howie.
Yo, what the fuck did he just do? He asked me a question, and then just went to like wipe his ass with a paper towel.
He probably went to go use the bathroom. He does that before we start tinfoil hat all the time. He'll be like, bring the guest in, and then he'll just go, I'll bring the guest in, and he'll go take a shit so that
He's
I
just
have to sit
wiping
here and
his
talk to the
ass.
guest.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. So, yeah, I mean, things are dropping. They're working on this China deal, blah, blah, blah. So I go into the weekend. I profited, took the Tesla puts profits, still hold TSLQ, which basically is an inverse going down. Hold the QQQ puts May 14th. They're going to be most likely worthless unless we crash tonight. But I'm holding SQQQ, holding UVIX, holding TSLQ, bought some more of that yesterday.
You're holding your cervix?
Holding my cervix. It's been hammered. It got hammered this Monday. So, look, the bottom line is I posted this today on the Patreon. We're up like 1,700 points on the NASDAQ in the last 3 days.
Crazy. They've reversed all the losses.
Yeah, reverse losses. Now, people are like, all right, yeah, we're back. Listen, if there was ever a pump fake in the history of pump fakes,
hey,
I've never been more defensive in my life right now. As far as the one thing that just never fails, I don't give a shit what's going up, what's going down. Uber broke $90 and it's at almost 92, and it's headed 100 too fast. Like I need it to slow down, gather around 92, 93,
Why?
90,
Why
before
you
it goes
need
to
slow
100.
down?
I'd like to buy a little more for one.
Jesus, man. I mean, this thing, it's our largest holding in the 2000. It was our largest holding in 2024 portfolio. I added more this year, 2025. And look, it's headed to 100. It's going to bust to 100. And now that the United States just made that unbelievable deal with Saudi Arabia.
Oh my God, that's so crazy, dude.
Did you see that? You talk about our best ally now. I mean, basically, we're selling them General Dynamics, Northrop Grumman. they have contracts with all our military companies, and their military budget doubled as of today.
142 bill was at Saudi Arabia. 142 billion for
Now
arms.
it's at 3
Hell
and
y'all.
change. Or did it go from 70 to 140, Johnny?
It says the U.S. agreed on Tuesday to sell. This is the latest story from Reuters. To sell Saudi Arabia an arms package worth nearly 142 billion, according to the White House fact sheet. They called it the largest defense cooperation agreement Washington has ever done.
Y'all.
I think it's funny too that when the Trumpster got in office, he was telling Israel, "Go get him, take over Gaza, do what you got to do." And 1 month later, he's taking a $400 million or $1 billion plane from Qatar, and he's over in Saudi Arabia. The deals that they did today, NVIDIA selling all their chips to Saudi Arabia. Uber just signed a big deal with Saudi Arabia. They're going to be using their cars to pick up every sheikh and Mohammed within a 30-mile area. So yeah, they signed a huge deal. A lot of our companies will be doing business there. NVIDIA, Uber, Apple, tons of them. But
so you're saying go big on Uber right now?
Dude,
well, that's what I wanted to ask, Howie, because I keep I keep waiting for an entry point here, but it's just we're on a ride.
I know. I told the guys on the Patreon I'd like to see it drop back to 85 to 88 where you can jump in again, and I think it probably will. But it's just it was at 80 last week, 81. It's at 92 today.
Can't complain.
And the question I got the last 2 years, Howie, give me one stock that's going to be the next Amazon. Give me one, and I said it all this time. It's Uber.
You did say that, dude.
And I thank you for it.
I thank you for it too, my good friend.
It's in all the Patreon's IRAs, and somebody said today we're getting our asses kicked the last few days, but the guy said Uber is my biggest holding in my IRA, and I like to hear
it. It is. It's your biggest one.
That means your IRA doubled. That means your IRA doubled from last year. So if you had 50 grand there, you got 100 now, and you don't have to pay taxes on that shit, which is why you have to have an IRA. If you're listening, I don't care who you are, what the hell you believe in, you got to have an IRA. You have to. It's the only way to fight inflation, fight anything you don't like. You got to have it. You got to have it. Most important thing going. So, yeah, that was the big news today. Is the Trumpster getting it on with the Arabs. He's now an Arab lover, which is they got money.
Dude, that Israel stuff super interesting, dude. Super duper 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 interesting.
There's no way Netanyahu can be happy that he's over there sitting among the curtains, sitting among all the white curtains.
Dude, I mean, he's basically isolated right now. I mean, dude, he's out there going, we do not need to, we need to decouple from U.S. security. I'm like, bro, you are done, dog. Stick a fork in you, dude.
Hey, I mean, he basically, did you see that plane that he took? It was funny because I asked him, like, you're taking a $400 billion plane from Qatar. What are you going to have to give them? And he said, hey, you'd be stupid not to take it. He goes, it's a nice plane.
They have a great line for it. When I first saw that, I was like, this is inexcusable. I can't believe they're doing this. It's not legal, first of all. But he has a great line for it. He says that they put in an order for Boeing, X number of years ago. Boeing can't get it done. The president should be in the sick jet, which I think we all probably agree that we want our president out there on a sick jet. The thing I don't get, why does he get to retire it to his library at the end of his term? That's the part I don't understand. It's Air Force One. Is that ever, except for in cases where they needed to be mothballed, they were just out of date. And there was
if you're the president of the United States, would you trust flying in a plane that Qatar gave you?
Fuck no.
No, I'd have Scott Bessent and Lutnick saying, guys, go test it out a few rounds.
Yeah, I could let them have it for about 6 months. Yeah.
Take it around the world.
I did read it's going to cost like, I don't know, 150 million.
How much?
Is that Sugar Ray? 150 million or something like that for them to refit it with all the shit that it needs to have for, military purposes. So I assume they're going to just almost completely deconstruct this thing to make sure there's no listening devices and cameras. I mean, they'd be foolish to do that. But yeah, I don't like it. And then I wonder how many of these weapons, in this arms deal are going to end up turned back at us someday. That always happens. The world's arm. I don't like the United States in the world's arms.
Shout money laundering. It's all money laundering. That's
money laundering. The jet deal is money laundering. How would that? Because I don't think they have much of a problem with money laundering over there because
they don't have to launder shit. Yeah. The only thing they have to launder is those white rounds after a night's party and get rid of the shit stains in the back of them. That's the only thing the Saudis launder.
Hey, so right now, as of this recording, is we look at Uber. It is at $91.95. Would you buy it?
Being the guy, it's breaking out. It could go to 100 this week. I'd buy it. Long term, yeah, of course. I'd start dollar cost averaging. I'd buy some today. I'd buy some next week, buy some the week after. Yes, I would buy it because it's going to be at 120, 150 at some point.
I'm trying to, it's been my habit in the past to dollar cost average, Howie, but this last time we had that big dip. And then learning from Warren Buffett, I remember thinking, I wish I had more cash sidelined at that time. So I'm trying to just kind of load up on cash now for the next time we.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Something crazy. Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I mean, first of all, if you don't think it's going to happen, that means you believe that we actually made a tariff deal, which is the funniest two words. When I heard that, I'm like, wow, you guys are amazing. You went in 24 hours and you made a tariff deal. Yeah, anyone who knows anything about economics, any kind of a trade deal, it takes months. It takes months. You got to sit down daily for months and months and months. And this tariff deal, I don't know. If it was a deal, if it really was a deal, why would we need a 90-day pause in tariffs? Love somebody to answer that.
Yeah, this is a ceasefire in the war, is what this is. This is a ceasefire while they negotiate the truce or the terms of surrender.
I mean, it's that was just bizarre, and why it happened. It happened because every port in the United States was calling and saying, if you don't figure this out in the next 48 hours, we're not going to have shit in this country come a week. We said this on the last show. We talked about the supply logistic problems that we're about to have. And they said it was going to be worse than expected if they didn't at least pull these tariffs. So, one thing I read on this when this came out, I like reading what Peter Schiff has to say.
I like to read.
The guy's smart as shit. Now, I don't agree with his stance on Bitcoin because he's been against Bitcoin from day one. He loves gold, hates Bitcoin. Bitcoin, on the other hand, I actually have faith in it because, hey, Coinbase got added to the S&P yesterday. So what's that?
Big news.
Huge news, yeah. That gives it more legitimacy. So Peter Schiff said, and this guy is a conservative. He's a Republican. And he said, how is this a trade deal a win for Trump? He says, China has agreed to nothing. The 145% tariffs we imposed have been reduced to 30. The 125% tariffs they imposed have been reduced to 10%. If 145% tariffs were just a bargaining chip, China already called Trump's bluff and won. It's tough to argue that.
Well, what were the Chinese tariffs before all this shit started? Weren't they like 30% or something though?
I think they were what they are now.
They're back to 10. Okay.
30%. We have 30%. Here's the thing: we have 30% tariffs on China, but as everyone knows, we pay that. That's tax. That's when those goods come in. Every company that has to pay that, who ends up paying it? We do. They're not pay it.
Yeah, I saw The Economist reporting that this was like a bizarrely good deal for China.
See, that's what most of my fucking friends say, man. They're like China ended up getting off better than us, which.
But like you said, it's not a deal. It's just
it's not a deal.
Ceasefire.
Yes, Johnny. It's 90-day, de-escalation.
That's why I'm sidelining money, baby, for 90 days.
Raise cash because, will this re-escalate in 90 days? Who knows? Probably. And then we're back to square one again. What worries me more than anything is you see all the investments China's making in South America right now, in Brazil.
Yeah, they're going to own that place.
I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous. They're trading, auto, chips, agriculture. Latin America is the #1 destination now for Chinese businesses in the world.
And then you have the government loaning them money, which is their whole modus operandi of taking control of companies. They go in there and loan them money, and then when they can't repay it, when they default, they now own chunks of land. And they've done it in Africa. They own massive swaths of Africa and India, ports there, especially.
I like the deal now where you can be a Brazilian, and you can move to China for 5 years. You don't need a visa. You can be a Chinaman and you can move to Brazil, and for 5 years you don't need a visa. Visa free.
Really?
Yeah. They have all kinds of, the deals that China's making with Central America, that's something you got to look into. It's a little scary.
That's fascinating.
They're best buddies right now. And, China's not stupid, man. They're like, okay, you want to mess with it, but we'll sell we'll buy our oil here. I don't know. It's interesting.
The other, we didn't really, I know it was referenced, but we didn't really get into the other side of the Saudi thing either. The claim is $600 billion in investment here in the United States. We'll see if that ever comes to pass. But Saudi, really, they just have unlimited money, don't they, Howie? It seems they're just throwing money everywhere, these guys.
Yeah, and again, it's okay. This is where Daddy gets all conspiratorial. It's just like we buy Saudi oil so that the House of Saud can control Mecca. That's the whole. We have enough oil. This is the game that gets played. The first king,
the whole world.
The first king of the House of Saud was a British spy. Fun facts.
Yeah,
fun fact.
I don't know how much Saudi Arabia gives a shit about that at this point. They're buying everything. They just,
they're buying everything.
I think what it is, I truly do believe this. I think that Saudi Arabia is trying to not get out of the oil game, but decrease their stake in the oil game and getting everything else. Don't be surprised if they start having, high-tech chip companies. And it's just a matter of time before Saudi Arabia has the best AI companies in the world. Give it 5 years.
These are the countries importing the most oil from Saudi, top 5. China is 1. Japan is 2. China is 1 with 23%. Japan is 2 with 15.5. South Korea 3rd with 12.6. India the 4th, and then U.S. 5th with about 7% of its total petroleum from Saudi. So,
well, if you have India,
holy Japanese.
If you have India and China on there, you have what? Half of the world's population.
Totally, yeah.
That's all you need. Those two.
Yeah, and then the other thing that we kind of clearly was part of this deal was Elon saying that Starlink has now been approved in Saudi Arabia. So it's just, he's just, what would you say, normalizing relations, I guess. He lifted the sanctions on Syria and said, go with God.
I couldn't believe that one, lifting the sanctions on Syria. Is there a bigger, besides, as far as a terrorist haven, it used to be Syria and what in the other, the tiny little
Johnny, can we start a change.org to get Donald Trump to presidentially pardon our YouTube channel? because it's so shadow banned, and it's been at 149 for like
It's
months.
unbelievable.
For
And every day it
months.
says you've gained like a couple hundred subscribers, yet somehow we'd still never get to 150.
And I never got my silver plaque.
No, and I read
Ever.
that that's because it's some kind of information they want that we haven't gotten them, but they won't let me submit it. It's bizarre.
Yeah, because they
Like, I mean-
hate me.
Yeah, they hate you. That's totally it. It really is. I'm not even being facetious. It's absolutely that your name is on a list at YouTube.
Yeah,
And-
I'm on a dartboard at Google.
And we finally got it unstuck just a little bit when I did like a month's worth of complaining so that your channel at least comes up in searches. But clearly they didn't take the lid off of it, because before that we couldn't even remember, like the numbers were across the board down, and then finally things popped up a little bit. But yeah. So Howie, it seems like this all must have been negotiated while he was over there, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Which I'm okay with that. Sanctions being lifted on Syria, because where, these terrorists, if you believe they're organic in any way, I mean, they flourish in countries that have sanctions. It's the self-perpetuating nature of sanctions. So I'm fine with it. Sure. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Syria's always been they've always been a deep down dark place. Lot of shady shit in Syria. But Saudi Arabia also. Saudi Arabia, I mean, come on. Who doesn't think they had something to do in the September 11th attack? I mean, I don't know. But now we're buddies with them. Shit, they own.
Yeah, it is weird. That makes me
horse.
think that relationship's even weirder than what they let us on to believe. That's my opinion. That's a little more deeper than people want to believe, but we'll see, dude. We'll see.
Microsoft is laying off about 3% of its total workforce. That's about 6,000 people getting laid off.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
going to increase across the board. I mean,
they claim it's to reduce management layers. Imagine what just a clusterfuck of organizational structure they must have for them to.
Sounds like AI's already taking jobs.
To fire 6,000 people and call that reducing management layers. So those are just all managers. 6,000 people. It's crazy.
Hey, did you guys?
It does.
Did you guys hear what's his name? The guy that owns OpenAI. He hates Musk.
Sam Altman. Yeah.
So Altman, he came out today, or was it today or yesterday? In an interview, and he said, "Yeah, man." He goes, "Pretty much, if this AI gets in the wrong hands, it could
you're talking about the old guy, right?
It could be over." Yeah. What's his name, John?
Yeah, he was on CBS Sunday Morning a little bit ago. I can't remember the guy's name. Hold on.
He said, "Yeah, if it ever got in the wrong hands, like, what's China doing with this stuff?"
The Godfather of AI is what they call this guy. I cannot find his name. Here it is. Jeffrey Hinton, depending on how. He's a Nobel laureate, and I watched this whole interview, and he has some really sobering warnings about AI, some real concerns about it. And then you had what was it? Gates was talking about. Well, we talked about that last week, but then there was some other group got together and talked about how there's so many jobs that, like, in the next 2 years will be lost and forever. It's progressing faster than people thought.
Shit is frightening, man. I mean, and you would think with all the AI and the technology strides that we made, wouldn't you think that Newark Airport could like land a plane and have it take off?
Well, they've got to update that, right?
What
was the news this week? That they had like this period of blackout where they weren't monitoring any of the planes or something like.
Yeah, the day I flew in.
Oh, that's you were the one who told us about that, right? Yeah.
Yes, but it's worse now. I mean, they had a few more, and now they're just canceling hundreds of flights going in and out, like for major hubs, Atlanta,
Say
Chicago.
it with me, guys. They don't want you flying.
I mean, they got to do something. It's ridiculous. I mean, with all this technology, and they're saying, well, what they say, we just got a whole new school of controllers coming out, and it's like, so that's what I want. I want a bunch of 21-year-old kids like my sons landing and taking off planes. Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy.
United Airlines not expected to get their Boeing 737 MAX 10s until 27 or 28 now. They were supposed to be there already. Boeing is just, I mean, a shit show, dude. Why can't they get this plane sorted out?
For the past year, I look at it. The guys on Patreon, how should we buy it? And I'm like, man, every time I want to dip my fingers in that stock, something bad happens. And then they'll get their shit together and it'll go up for 30 days. And then something bad happens. Kind of like that other stock that had one of those corporate types take a little piece of lead in the back of the head walking down New York.
That guy stepped down too. The next CEO stepped down.
I'm talking about the guy that really.
Or is he just like?
I'm talking about the guy that really stepped down. Like, Luigi
Spaghetti, we'll call him.
Take a look at what UNH is doing today. Take a look what United Health is doing today. And I've been looking at buying this thing for 3 months, and I haven't, but it is falling from, it was at 580. No, I'm sorry. It was at 600 on April 10th. April 10th, it was at 600. It's at $312 a share. I mean, you basically dropped 50% in a month. Their CEO stepped down. So I don't know. I don't know if I'd buy it right here. A lot of the guys are, though. A lot of the guys on Patreon are jumping in because we should see a dead cat. I actually like Humana a little better. I like Humana.
What else going on? Yeah, like you said, Nvidia was up. We had there was one other big story that I wanted to talk about, and it's completely slipped my mind. GM is supposed to have this new EV battery tech they're going to be first to the market with, which could really change things. And it sounds like Tesla in Europe. There was a big story last week that happened after we recorded last. Tesla in Europe, their sales are just through the floor. I mean, they were just devastated by Elon. Is this going to be like the worst mistake a CEO's ever made? With the possible exception of like Enron or something. What Elon did here, politicizing his company.
I think the smartest thing he did, and we called it months ago. So you got to step down. You got to get out of. You don't know your dick from your ass in the White House. You know nothing.
Like, I do not know my dick from my ass.
He sounds stupid, and he's a genius, but not in that area. He's good with electric cars. And let me tell you something, Johnny. The stock May 7th was at 273. It's at 335 today. Negative news, but that stock has gone straight up since Elon left, and he's back just doing his thing. Build spaceships, build cars that drive by themselves. Go bang a robot. I'm sure you've done it once or twice.
Go bang a robot.
You're not getting there, Sam, with that one. You gotta go put that back in the lab. Yeah.
So, anyways.
This is from Bar Chart. They like to analyze charts here. It says Tesla's Europe sales are in a death spiral. It's during the Q1 earnings call, Musk announced that he's going to scale back his involvement with Doge. Like we said, Tesla's struggles in Europe have reached critical levels, with experts calling it a death spiral in the company's European sales. Like I said, recent data from key markets, Germany, UK, and Sweden, show Tesla sales falling dramatically, even as overall EV sales continue to grow. So this is not part of some larger trend. This is just Tesla losing market share in Europe, where they were way out in front on EVs. So that's the play. If you're going to succeed as a manufacturer of electric vehicles, you would hope to do it in Europe. So
I read something today that he's trying to get back into China's good graces. Somehow their cars will, of course, steal his technology. I'm sure he'll get a nut off of it, make some money, but that's what I read today.
Yeah, no, they'll come out with a car that looks identical to the new Model Y or something and then they'll all be happy again.
Yeah, absolutely.
because that's the currency, you know, for them. It really is information over money.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
But I
this
mean-
GM battery is called the lithium manganese rich, or as Terrence Howard called it, the manganese. Remember that when he was doing that interview? These prismatic battery cells will be used in its EVs beginning in 2028, and they're talking about. I mean, this is really the kind of range and price ratio they're talking about here would create, you know, a new price target for all of their electric vehicles. They're going to first have it in, it says, the Silverado and the Escalade IQ beginning in 28.
That's the truck.
Yeah. The Silverado and the Escalade IQ beginning in 2028. And they're talking about for trucks, especially, the range is going to just explode on these things.
That's what everybody says the biggest complaint is on these is the range. I mean,
Yeah.
What do they go now, Johnny? 250, 300?
That's about right. Yeah. You can find, there's some that if you baby them will get you more than that, and some of the premium, like high end models. But yeah, that's about average. Which, when you consider that, a decade ago it was that little BMW thing that did like 30 miles, and then it had to switch over to the gas.
Yeah.
They've come a long way. So
Those are the ones I like.
yeah, I always did like that. I mean, that car's hideous, but the idea of having a backup option is, to me, was very appealing.
I mean, you got to.
Did we lose Howie? You're there, right, Sam?
I am here.
Okay. Howie is either being remarkably still, or he is
Here he's playing red light, green light, and he's crushing it right now.
he's the champ of red light, green light. Wow.
Hey, come back on, dude.
You want to do our crypto ad?
Oh yeah, dude, that'd be a great idea.
You know what? I will say, with all this talk about Bitcoin going through the roof, I feel like I missed it, and it's starting to make me upset.
Really, Johnny?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm starting
listen,
to feel that way.
I understand. Hold on, dude. God, you set me up good. I just can't find it. Hold on. You keep talking, Johnny.
Hold on, I need to say what Howie. Howie is.
Here we go.
The blackest man on the planet. Look at Howie. Wow.
Whoa, so awesome. So awesome, dude. Listen, Johnny, what does it upset you?
It does upset me. Yeah, I just said
are
that.
you pissed to watch crypto fly up in price for
I literally
over a
just
decade?
said that. Why are you repeating?
And you've done nothing about it. It makes sense. Crypto's super complicated and it's really boring. Well, here's the good news. You don't need to know a thing about crypto to make money like so many have. The CopyMyCrypto.com membership site shows you the exact cryptos that YouTuber James McMahon personally owns, which means you just copy him. It's like having a big brother who knows what he's doing. You don't need to know a thing about crypto or how to invest. You just simply copy along. So let me tell you more about James. Johnny, do you want to know more?
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
He runs the Crypto with James YouTube channel, which has way over 54,000 subscribers. In the summer of 2020, guess what? He told his viewers to buy 26 cryptos, bro. 26.
How'd they do? How'd those 26 do?
Listen. If they put $100 into each one, it went on to be over $123,000.
Whoa, baby.
That's
a lot of money.
Now listen, okay, of the 26, his number one pick, his top pick, it was called Phantom, went up 692 times.
692 times?
Yeah, that's a lot. That one call alone has retired a number of people, including guys in their 20s and 30s. Remember, this is public knowledge. You can go to YouTube and verify yourself. So if you'd like to join 2,800 members who copy James, then pause what you're doing and head over to copymycrypto.com/SAM or Cash Daddies. That's copymycrypto.com/SAM or Cash Daddies. You'll not only find proof of everything we've said. Johnny, listen, I like you. I'm going to give you full access for just $1.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great deal. That's just for me though, right?
Yeah. No, it's for everybody.
Oh, I feel
that's for everybody.
Damn.
Hey,
Everybody's
Johnny,
doing
here's
that.
what I'm going to tell you. Listen,
Is he going to
you're
go out
an
of
idiot.
business? That seems too good to be true.
Well, he's for
worried
the
about this.
people. He's for the people.
I'm worried about his financial well-being if he's only charging $1.
We're worried too. Listen, Johnny. Hey, yeah, your sorry ass missed out on Bitcoin. That's okay. But there's over 2 million other cryptos. Do you think you've missed out on all of them, Johnny? Do you really believe that?
I sorry, somebody's trying to leave a package at the front and they keep calling me.
Okay,
no, you
go
know
to
what?
the side,
I
read for
do. I
yourself.
am worried. I've been severely
Once
concerned,
again,
yeah,
that's
that I missed out.
copymycrypto.com/tinfoil hat. It ended money worries for so many. It just may do the same for you, buddy. That's it.
I hope it does.
Oh, Howie's been here the whole time. Sorry, Howie. We were
No,
deep
that's
into
fine.
thanking our good friend James McMahon and the Copy My Crypto people live from the Copy My Crypto studios.
The turf.
And-
The turf.
Okay, so we got a problem now, Howie, because we
You look
can
like
hear
Frankenstein.
ourselves.
You what?
We can hear ourselves.
And you look like Frankenstein from that angle.
Jesus Christ. Fucking no, this is unbelievable, man. Like,
Don't take the Lord's name in vain.
Yes.
Okay.
Today I consider myself the
Again,
luckiest
go.
man on the face of the earth.
All right, how's that?
Better.
That's better. There we go.
Better.
It's better. Johnny, what other stories do we got?
You got anything, Howie? I got hold on, let me pull this back up. We got the Microsoft thing. The EV battery story. Well, you got anything else, Howie? I have one here, but it's gonna take me a second.
I did, but my everything just went. My fucking internet just went out.
Oh, your internet went out?
Yeah. Like I had all these charts and shit up, and
You should pay the bill, dude. Damn. What's your
literally
problem?
it went out. It works on my phone, but it's not here. No, they got it. It's one thing with this house. They got to come fix it.
Oh, really? You have a problem?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I saw an interesting story the other day about, and it's what you'd expect about credit scores across generations. The younger people have worse credit scores, older people have better credit scores, but apparently that divide is as bad as it's ever been. And then there's this idea. What do you think? Young people now, there's this concern that they may never get to where the older generation is. That they had a story on CNBC about how Gen Zers feel like they're stuck in just a separate economy where their net worth's growing on paper, but because of inflation and the inability to get into the real estate market because of
BlackRock buying
rate.
up everything. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous, dude. I
don't
feel
know
really
that-
bad for them.
Well, what do you think about how you I mean, do you think it's as hard as it's ever been for young people to buy real estate and to kind of set down roots?
Well, yeah. I mean, and to buy real estate, you gotta have some money saved. You have a down payment. You have to have good credit. Those are things you gotta have. But I mean, a young person, I don't give a shit if you're a bartender or you got your own business or you're working for the man. Look, you can still start an IRA and you can start gaining wealth. I mean, do I feel bad that a 25-year-old kid can't buy a house? No. Do they deserve to buy a house? Probably not. Work a few years, man. Like, no 27-year-old kid deserves to buy a house. I don't want to hear that.
The other quote from this story was that you need to make $100,000 or more a year to be middle class, which is astounding. Because I remember
That's
when I was a kid.
insanity, dude.
Yeah,
That
What do
is
you think about
just
that?
insanity.
How much of that is inflation?
All of it.
All of it, yeah, or a good deal of it. I mean, cost of living, of course. Aside from inflation, has also just increased. But
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely more expensive. And I mean, look, yeah, if you're a young kid, you got to be more frugal. You got to do a little bit more research probably than we had to. You got to put your money away, put your money in the right things, put your money in the market.
Dude, if you want to really own a house, go to Detroit. They sell them for $1.
well, and you said
to
that young
Detroit.
people are kind of doing that, right? Like they're gentrifying that shit.
Yeah, it's a gay artist colony, dude. Go there, enjoy it, buy a house, flip it, hang out. I mean, Yeah, well, I mean, like that's the whole thing with California. They're making it so expensive that the whole middle class is going to leave. That's their goal. Get rid of the whole middle class, make it a feudal system, super elite, super poor. So that's all they want here.
It's New York City.
We've been looking down in Playa, dude. That's a nice area. Playa del Rey down there. It's and it's more affordable than the rest of LA, but there's
Well,
just
is that more south?
Yeah, it's just south of Marina del Rey. It's like that little
So
beach
you're gonna
town.
go move farther away.
It's about the same on it. I mean, west side is all west side. It's but it's I mean, it's right on the beach. So I think we're gonna head down there. But yeah, it's amazing just having been kind of diving into real estate. What I like to do occasionally when we looked at some places is to look at what the same amount of money or rent would get us back where I'm from. And dude, I mean, you could live in a palace where I'm from for the price. I mean, stately plantation homes go for a few $100,000 where I'm from. There's just no jobs. So they're all falling into disrepair. All these beautiful, beautiful homes that generations of white slave owners built, and now they're falling apart. It's sad to watch this country turn from a country of single family homes into a country of apartment buildings. But
and it really does extend from how we're raising our children, and it's gotten like I love my kids. I now have to tell them, do it yourself, because all they want to do is like, can you do this? No, go do it yourself. We don't do that anymore. This whole idea, everybody's a winner, everybody won, all that stuff is like destroying these kids. And it's just like, if you go, man, we need plumbers, carpenters, and all that stuff. If I was 20, I'm like, where do I go? Teach me how to do this shit.
Yeah, dude, that's my dad. My dad learned to weld from as an apprentice and learned the farrier trade, shoeing horses from in an apprenticeship, and has had a very successful career doing that and training horses. Just all self-taught, and you never see that anymore, dude. It's
this notion that like everybody wants to be famous now. It's just like these young kids just think social media fame is like the end all. And it just like honestly seems kind of like miserable, to be honest with you.
Well, it's not realistic.
Well, yeah, it's also that's not an end goal, fame. You have to have some, like the people that are doing really well right now, I've noticed on YouTube especially, are people who are doing something interesting, like and trades that are like people who build things. Like there's that one guy out in the jungle who just keeps building like little cave systems and houses in the mud and shit. Have you ever seen this? And he's got millions of followers, and he'll just set up a time-lapse camera and show himself building. I mean, growing up, I know multiple people who just built their own house with some help. It took them years, but they built their own houses. Can you imagine anybody around here? I mean, in LA, you couldn't do it because of all the red tape, but they built their own damn houses, dude. My sister's house was built by her father-in-law, or her husband's uncle, I guess. And it's just there's no tradition of that here because of all the red tape on the West Coast and in the cities.
No, we had a stone patio, and Hots left for a few days, and she said, I need you to just take the stone up, level it, and put sand in between so we can, rent it out in 2 weeks. So I took the stone up, and
is this a new character you're playing, or you just suddenly got Lisp?
It's the fucking phone. It's the phone. It sounds like I got a Lisp with this phone.
Tell me about them stones, boy.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's the stone.
What is it? Tell me about it.
This is fucking horrible.
It's the gay filter. Howie's got the gay filter on.
Jesus
I think you hit a button. Are you using the beta version of StreamYard? Is that what this is?
Hey,
I don't know I don't know why it's not
beta. Get it? No, he's muted himself.
I noticed this before. Like when I did it through the phone, I sound like a fucking homo.
Okay,
God
so you're,
damn it.
so you're
Why is
leveling
it doing
stones.
this, Johnny? Why is it doing this?
Tell me about the stones, boy.
So
Oh,
I redid all the stones, and they look so bad you can't even walk on it. It looks horrible. I took a picture and I sent it to the Patreon. These guys were fucking dying laughing. It looked so bad.
Did you replace the ones that were already there? Or
No, I replaced it with the same stones, and they're one's higher than the other. And fucking someone's gonna kill themselves.
Jeez. Is it worse than it was before?
It's way worse. It's way worse. Like I took a picture, and one of the Patreon members goes, "Holy shit, that's the worst thing I've ever seen."
That's funny. Yeah, if you want to join in on the conversation of gay bashing Howie, you can head over to patreon.com/Cash Daddies, where we have a running dialogue going on.
My stomach hurts.
I just hit. I'm looking at settings, audio. I don't see anything that says "get rid of your gay voice."
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh, that's
Hey, is this any better? Because I got rid of echo cancellation.
no, it's not.
No, that'll make it worse.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, that's so funny, dude. Oh.
Is there a setting for unsucking dicks? Because that's what you might need to do, Howie.
The settings. I'm trying to think the settings.
Dude, stop.
Invent some time travel and go back and unsuck all those dicks.
Really,
and-
I'm like, fucking my internet just went out. I don't know. Internet just went out. Now I got fucking homo voice.
I love him. Yeah, you're blaming you sounding gay on the internet. I don't know what the connection is there.
Oh, that was the best.
How's the Zen struggle going, Sam? We doing okay?
I'm trying not to do it today.
It's hard, huh?
Howie is the Lisp queen. That's what they're calling you, buddy.
Yeah, it's really bad.
What's the turf? What is that? Is that some kind of
Oh,
thing?
yeah. This is a horse racing house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We just went by Del Mar the other day. We just went by there.
Oh, I love Del Mar, man. Del Mar's like one of my favorites.
Dude, I went to there's this old mall in San Diego. We just went there to see Elton John. And there's this old mall in San Diego that was built in the 60s, right? And they haven't updated it since probably the 80s. And it's been taken over by the nerds down there. And they've turned it into a giant flea market. There's like a whole half of this old mall, maybe a quarter of it, is all just like a flea market for nerd shit, like collectibles and toys and stuff. Baseball cards and Pokemon, like a ton of Pokemon. And it was kind of like time travel going back into this mall because it still had an FYE. I thought FYE went out of business. Remember that place that you get like DVDs and shit?
My internet's back working.
Oh, thank God.
Come on.
Don't put us down there and talking that Lisp, Howie. We can't.
Dude, come on. That
Makes me
list is going to get us views.
Makes me uncomfortable, that angle.
Oh, no.
What the fuck?
Oh, dear.
Jesus Christ.
You take the
No,
Lord's
it's
name
not.
in
I
vain.
see your comments. It's not a swap shop. No, it's called Ninja Exchange. If you want to look it up, Ninja Exchange.
All right, Howie, I'm going to kick you off. Come back on.
All
right. No, actually, I can't.
It's Canada Dry. I thought it was a beer. I was about to say.
Ginger ale. Jesus Christ, Johnny.
This is great, huh? I take back what I said about our professionalism to start this show. I don't know why I even try.
Dude, it's the greatest show on planet Earth, no matter what Melania is saying.
Melania has commented.
Yeah.
Melina.
Melina. There we go.
It's not Manana. I can guarantee you, it's not
Melina. I love you. I pronounced your name wrong. She's gonna fucking lay into me.
That's what. Okay, because the other day she was like, "At least you pronounced my name correctly," and I was like, "What's that?"
Right.
I met you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll just wait for Howie. If you wanna talk about the Patreon for a second.
Oh yeah, guys, go to patreon.com/Cash Daddies. Dude, look at that. $20 a month. Howie gives you daily stock tips for $1,000. What?
Were you trying to bring it up? It's not up if you were.
Oh, okay. My bad. Man, today is a real cluster, Jay.
Yeah.
Today is a real cluster, Jay.
Yes, it is.
$20. Dude, I'm having a bad day. Homies, Howie's, $20 a month. Get into it.
Howie's homies. Howie's homies.
Howie's,
Why,
okay.
why did he
I'm
just say
done talking.
homos Howies?
Homo Howie.
I think you know why.
Howie's homos. Come on in.
Yeah, go
20
check that
bucks.
out. And if you want to see me live, go to samtripoli.com. Check out events. So yeah, check out events. I'm gonna go see some. I'm gonna be doing some shows. Here we go. Got shows coming up. We're gonna be in Costa Mesa and then Tinfoil and then bang. We got Broad Book. I'm working on Boston. I don't know why that hasn't been closed yet, but hopefully it will happen, dude. So we'll see. Again, that's patreon.com/Cash Daddies.
It's the best place to hang out if you want to learn.
And then go check out Howie's YouTube channel.
How's that going, Howie?
Oh, dude. Oh my God. It's
dude.
it's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
There's a big horse racing trainer. Used to train out of Santa Anita, Frank Lyons, lived in LA for 25 years.
Howie back in the closet now, it sounds like. That's good.
I met with him the other day. And yeah, we're killing it. We got a huge pod tomorrow. We're talking about the Preakness, the NBA games.
Does it disappoint you anytime a horse doesn't try to run for the Triple Crown? I'm disappointed immediately. I'm like,
yeah, because the horse, you know what? This horse Sovereignty is literally 200 yards from me right now. He's right over there. I can go pat him.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's in 2 barns over.
Does that bum you out though? Whenever the horse doesn't run for the Triple Crown?
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah.
Does it make you want to cry?
No, I mean, yeah, you want a Triple Crown winner. It sucks.
It's so hard. It's one of the hardest feats in sport, if you call it sport. I don't know if horses count as sport, but cute dog. Nice dog. Love a dog.
Oh shit.
Dogs are the best.
Yes, they are.
So what? You guys gonna preview the Preakness?
Yeah, we got the Preakness. We're gonna talk tomorrow. We got Preakness. We got baseball. We're gonna talk NBA. We've been crushing the NBA because I did predict before the series started that the Knicks would win in 6 games, plus like 1,800. So
I told you they had a chance, dude.
I like them, man. I like them.
Wait, have you seen this breaking news? Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe are now eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Great.
MLB lifted the ban on Pete Rose.
That's great.
Rose and Jackson, both longtime baseball pariahs, this is from ESPN, stained by gambling, are now presumably eligible for the Hall of Fame. In a historic sweeping decision, Rob Manfred, sensing that he needed some good press probably, removed Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson and other deceased players from Major League Baseball's permanently ineligible list. Now Barry Bonds, all he's got to do is kill himself and he'll get in the Hall.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna enjoy it so much.
Dude, I don't even know who this is. Russian,
Dude,
something Russian.
Isn't it crazy that somebody reads that and just like, that's a word? Yeah, not know what that says.
Yeah.
It looks like Star Wars language.
All right, guys.
Well, what do you? Hey, I
Great
want
show
just since only my only chance to talk sports, Howie. Who do you like in the Nuggets Thunder series?
I think it's a coin flip, but I think Denver's going to be very hard to beat.
Oh really?
Jokic did not play great last game. He's due for a really good game.
He's so good, dude. He's unique.
I think it's going 7 because they seem to go back and forth on who
he
wins.
missed a lot of free throws that
He had a bad game, which is very rare for him. But they are so tall. They are so tall.
One of these times, I just get the feeling that someone's going to just run into what's his name and break him right in half.
Who? Oh, Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, Chet.
But let's real quick. So everybody's loving the playoffs. And the reason there's actual defense happening.
Whoa, they're kicked. Yeah, and the refs are not calling shit. The refs
They
are
should
letting
do
them
that
play.
all year. It would change the league, dude. The league would
I
be
agree.
so much better. Everybody hates it. Everybody hates the touch butt, except for Jason McIntyre on Colin Cowherd's show. He's like, I don't want to watch felonies. It's like, dude, you're on a sports show. Everybody hates the touch butt. Everybody wants to watch dudes bang.
And there aren't any great
especially
defensive
lisping
moments
Johnny.
anymore.
I mean, lisping Howie. Howie loves to watch dude bang.
And there aren't any great defensive moments anymore. You know, there used to be these great moments of defense, and you just don't get them anymore because it's every attempted steal is a foul now in late game situations. So it's annoying.
The defense has been, I mean, they're letting them play. They're letting, and I like it. It's the first time in.
They didn't let him play in the Golden State game the other day. That was
because dude, Steph is like, they're just twats. Guys, this has been a great show. We're going to go over to the exclusive Dirty Dancing Havana Nights we call the Cash Daddies Patreon. That's right. Go check it out. Patreon.com/Cash Daddies. We're heading over there now. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We had the best time ever. Today was the funniest show we've ever done in our life. I mean, that bit right there with the lisping is such fire. Throw it out there, buddy. Throw it out there, dude.
Absolutely fucking amazing.
It was so great. All right, we'll see you guys over at the Patreon. Thank you, guys. We're back on Mondays normally. Just life happens. So there's only one Patrick Ewing. Never forget that. Steve Lafayette. Bye, guys.